Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your October 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, it's hard what we have in front of us to help the cross spread as always, and also pull the 4 agreements and wisdom of the oracle card for you guys. But we're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, we have Venus. So Venus actually is just about to move into Scorpio, and then it'll move into Sagittarius around the 18th of October. So it'll be moving from your 10th house of career and social status into your 11th house of friendships, groups, hopes, and wishes. All right, we have 6 and 6th house energy for you guys is Cancer, and we have Mars there. It'll be there pretty much all of October as well. And 6th house points to work, health, and daily routine. And we have Leo. So Leo is actually your opposite sign of relationships and partnerships. Astrologically speaking, that area of the sky is pretty quiet, but of course there could still be some focus there regardless. So we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and challenging that, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is Libra energy here. So this could be playing out a couple different ways. It could just be saying for some of you, maybe you're looking for a new financial opportunity to come your way this month. And if that's the case, could just be saying that maybe it's more of a timing issue. And as we do move through Libra season, you'll actually start to see those opportunities come your way. But for others of you, could just be saying that, you're looking for a financial opportunity, but the challenge is just to find one that you feel is fair and balanced, right? So, for example, maybe if you're looking for a new job, right, and you find one, maybe the pay is great, but the hours are really crappy, or one, the other way around, the hours are good, but the pay isn't good enough. So maybe that's the challenge you guys have there, where you're just trying to find something that you feel has a good balance of work life. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 7 of Cups. So yeah, Scorpio energy here, and given that that is your house of career, it could just be saying that maybe there are a lot of options at play, right? But you feel like, oh, nothing's really jumping out at you as, okay, I really want to throw my commitment to this particular pathway. So that could be what you're feeling like is a bit of a struggle for you right now. All right, in the past position, we have the 7 of Pentacles. So yeah, and maybe ultimately part of what's fueling this is you might feel like where you've been now, you feel like the growth opportunities are drying up a little bit, right? So maybe you feel like, for example, your work load is increasing quicker than your pay, right? Which seems to be pretty common these days, right? So maybe that's what made you start to reflect a little bit like, oh, does this really work for me now, right? Or maybe it's just that your expenses outside of the work environment are increasing. So even if the pay is the same, it's just not having the same impact on your life that it did in the past. All right, in the present position, we have the 5 of Cups. So more Scorpio energy here, and it could just be saying for some of you might already feel like you did have a good opportunity at one point, and you might have felt like you missed out on an opportunity in some way. If that's the case, the 5 of Cups, what always stands out to me that we do see the 3 Cups filled, which is where the person's focus is, but there are the 2 that are already standing behind them, right? So it could just be saying that, yeah, even if there were missed opportunities, that shouldn't be indicative of your lack of future opportunities to come. Right, in the near future position, we have the Page of Wands. So yeah, to me, this says that you're going to take a bit more of a proactive role, right? Maybe do a little bit of exploring. So again, like I said, given that we saw the Ace of Pentacles, this came across to me a bit more like a financially motivated reading. So let's just say if that's the case, right? So maybe you're like, oh, okay, where I'm at now, I'm not sure if I'm happy here. So maybe you say, well, maybe I should put myself out there as far as put my resume out, right, and see if there's better opportunities out there, right, with the thought that, okay, even if there aren't better opportunities, then maybe it'll help me appreciate where I am now, right, or worst case, if there are better opportunities out there, I could pursue them. So looks like that could be the approach you guys will be taking soon. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Two of Swords. So yeah, I guess it looks like ultimately you're not just looking to jump at any opportunity that comes your way. You're looking for something that's ultimately balanced, right? So, for example, like I said, maybe where you've been in the past, you've been there for a while. So you're like, okay, I'm not just going to jump ship on a whim, but I'm really going to weigh the pros and cons of any opportunity that comes my way before I make a decision. Right. In the environment position, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, to me, this kind of goes along with what I was saying with the Page of Wands, where it looks like it's really just going to energetically, with the energies this month, you're just going to feel like, okay, I feel like the time's right now for me to actually be a bit more action oriented in pursuing the new opportunities I'm looking for. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Strength card. So this is Leo energy here, and we did see that come up in your dice as well. So yeah, it could just be saying that ultimately, looks like, again, like I said, I feel like you're really trying to make a balanced decision. You're not trying to let ego get in the way, right, and lead you into a potentially bad decision. But yeah, it looks like ultimately you're like, all right, just really taking a balanced approach, or even deep down that part of you that wants to jump into new opportunities really starting to get louder and louder. It looks like you're really still trying to take a measured approach. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Eight of Cups. So yeah, it looks like for some of you, ultimately, you will decide to leave a situation behind as far as finances go. Now, of course, that doesn't have to mean that, oh yeah, all Aquarians are going to quit their jobs, obviously, right? But it could just be even if you, through exploring, like I said, maybe for some of you, like, well, at least let me see what's out there. And if nothing is better than where I'm at now, then maybe it'll help me appreciate that more, right? And then you could plan accordingly from there. So for some of you, this could be looking at some ways that maybe you could cut down on spending just to improve the overall situation, right? So plenty of different ways that could be playing out. But yeah, it does look like you're going to be moving away from something that's not fulfilling you this month. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So this is Virgo energy here. So yeah, to me, ultimately, this points to there will be an opportunity coming your way. It's just one of those things where it might feel like it took a little longer than you would have liked. And also, it could just be one of those things where it's just going to be a pathway that has the opportunity for growth, but it just might be a bit slower than you would like as far as that goes. All right, from the Four Agreements deck, we have Don't Take Anything Personally, and it says Your truth is personal to you. All right, it says your own opinions and point of view reflect your own agreements and are personal to you. It is no one's truth but yours. So yeah, interesting message there, because, for example, it doesn't look like you really have any resistance in your environment or anything like that, but could just be saying that, even if you do feel like you're going to make a decision that might seem a bit off the beaten path, then maybe others in your environment wouldn't necessarily understand it. It's just saying that, if it's really calling to you that strongly, then it looks like you would just need to trust that. All right, from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have the Tribe. There's the artwork, and the number is 8. So we'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message: this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels, I matter. Membership in a group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are a learning community where you share your love of education. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the tribe, your presence is needed. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? Because I did mention with the Eight of Cups and the outcome that could be saying stepping away from something that's not emotionally fulfilling, right? So it could just be saying maybe you just felt unappreciated in your environment, and maybe that was what was sparking you to want to seek out a better environment in that regard. All right, the relationship message says you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, because if this is coming through as more of a relationship message, it looks like that could be what the strength card is for you guys. And then even the Libra energy we talked about there too, right? Where you're really trying to strike that balance and make sure that it's a fair situation for all parties involved. All right. The prosperity message says, whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it's a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There is also another meaning to the card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing that you have purpose. So yeah, again, definitely a positive message there, right? So reading through that message and applying it to the context of this overall spread, maybe for some of you it wasn't even a financially motivated thing, right? Where maybe like, okay, financially this is fine, but again, if you're feeling underappreciated in some way, right, you feel like what you were doing wasn't being celebrated within the environment, that could be what it's pointing to there. But yeah, like I said, either way, it looks like you're being a little bit more proactive this month. It looks like you will be leaving some things behind that you don't find fulfilling anymore. So, hope it ever resonated with you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.